No one can make an intelligent decision without being properly informed. This is why this world wants to control the media. This is why media hype can take you up, take you down. So you don't know anymore who's really good, because the media can make a wicked man look good and make a good man look evil. That is why. I can't quit. I'm like Saddam, keeping my eye on Clinton, watching each movie made. Cause every slither he takes sort of reminds me of ivy and poisonous snakes. I feel the pressure. Good evening and welcome to the Final Call News Hour. I'm your host, Herman Muhammad. The Final Call News Hour is the partner of the Final Call newspaper and the Final Call online edition that you can visit at www.finalcall.com. The Final Call newspaper is the most widely circulated Black-owned and operated publication not only in this country but in the world. It also serves as the communications organ for the Nation of Islam. The Final Call News Hour is produced by the Ministry of Information under the direction of Brother Corey 2X. The Ministry of Information was formed during the Millions More movement, which was launched in October of 2005 in order to bring all of our people together. The overall mission of the Final Call News Hour is to bring an alternative source of news and commentary to our viewers. This is needed because although it is said we live in a free society with freedom of press, all of America's major media, both print and electronic, are owned by 5 major corporations, which we believe amounts to a monopoly on media and information. So programs like the Final Call News Hour are vitally important. This evening, we're coming out of volume number 27, number 47, which reads, Olympic Glory. Where is the outspoken Black athlete? Very, very powerful edition of the Final Call News Hour. Now, this evening, we have a very special edition of the Final Call News Hour because we, in fact, have a very special guest. As you know, in Denver, all eyes in the world are on this city because we're hosting the Democratic National Convention. And because of that, our guest has arrived in the city, and it's just an honor to have him on our program. He is Brother Akbar Muhammad, a longtime follower of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He has served as the international representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam in Ghana. It's my honor and my privilege to welcome Brother Akbar Muhammad to the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Herman. I'm very happy to be here. And as you said, I just want to say that Denver is the center of the world for these next few days. It started actually on Sunday and will end, God willing, on Thursday evening. And the world has its eyes on Denver. And it's just a place, if you can afford to be here because it's a part of history.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Now, Brother Akbar, before we get into it, you know, I mentioned a little bit about your very impressive and extensive resume internationally. If you could just share a little bit with our viewers your history, and particularly in the struggle where it involves the resurrection and salvation of our people.
Well, I became a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad 48 years ago in New York City under Malcolm X. I served under Malcolm until he left the Nation of Islam. A year later, Minister Farrakhan was sent to New York, and I served under him in New York until the Honorable Elijah Muhammad departed, and then we were transferred to different places. And it's a long story, and we have a saying in speaking, how you make a long story short is you don't tell it.
Right.
But to suffice to say that the best thing I think that happened to me that gave me a feel for the world, not only my first trip around the world in 1986, but when I moved to Africa in the latter part of 1989.
Yes,
I moved to Ghana, to work the African continent on behalf of Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. But it gave me a great experience, a tremendous amount of wealth, and it developed a tremendous love of Africa in me. I've been blessed to visit 39 African countries. There is 53 of them. And in the world, I've been to 137 countries in the world. Sir. So this international feeling and the importance of it is my cup of tea now. Right. And in my senior years, I feel that the best thing I can do is try to share some of my experience, especially with the young people. Yes, it's a whole different world out there now, and where the young people are, but they must get a grip on the international scene, which is most important. And everyone can see that by China coming with a communist experience has now become a dominant economic power in the world.
Yes,
so by way of background, that's what I am about. Right now I do a radio show called Africa and the World,
yes, sir.
which is broadcast out of Philadelphia, but it's streamed worldwide on the net thanks to the miracle of the net. So you can, any Sunday evening in Denver at 4:30 in the afternoon, you can go to www.900amwurd.com, and you can listen to us discuss the African continent and Africans in the diaspora and how we should relate at this time.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. Yes, sir. Like I mentioned before in the opening, the title of this final call is Olympic Glory, Where is the Outspoken Black Athlete? But I also mentioned in the opening that what we're dealing with now is the DNC. And everything all over the streets of Denver is all about Obama, 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 Barack Obama. They wearing Barack T-shirts, hats, buttons, pins. I seen the sister walking down the street just on the way coming here with the Barack Obama dress on. I said, wow.
I passed the car coming here, Barack Obama in a bottle, you know.
Yes, sir.
And, maybe they're saying that he's so good, we need a bottle here. But that's why thousands of our people are in Denver, and tomorrow more will pour into Denver when Barack Obama, God willing, will deliver his acceptance speech, and the fact that they're doing it in what we once called the Mile High Stadium.
Yes,
and that they're trying to get 76 to 80,000 people to hear this, and millions will be watching it on television and throughout the world. And I just want to say that that it's like the Super Bowl. Everybody is gathered around the television because, you know, millions of our people could not be here. But I was in a hotel today, and I was talking to Joseph Lowry, and who I haven't seen in a while, and we were talking. And then I ran into a young man who in the initial stages of the campaign was a Hillary Clinton supporter. And I said that 91% of Black America support Barack Obama. He said, excuse me, Akbar, that's what the old statistics were. Right now it's 97.5. Yes. And because of the pride that we feel in what is happening with the possibility of the first black man becoming the president of the United States.
Yes, sir. And that leads to my first question, and you kind of touched on it, but I just wanted to know, what were your overall impressions of the city and the atmosphere? You know, we talked about the T-shirts and whatnot. I've never seen anything like it in my whole time in this city, and I'm a native. In my whole time dealing with any sort of politics, I've never seen anything like this. I just wanted to ask you what your overall impressions were.
Well, I don't believe that